I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are allowed to stop chasing validation and approval and being seen and understood in the pursuit of connection. When you grow up with your cup day by day not being poured into, the capacity of love that you needed on a soul level was left empty, most likely there's this existential loneliness that you feel. And to fill that void, you look for connection and a sense of belonging outside of yourself and with other people. And to say that wanting connection and wanting approval and validation makes you wrong would be inaccurate, because these are normal, natural human needs that we all deserve to have met. But a lot of the time, what we'll do to have that need met is we will leave and abandon ourselves to chase other people. And one thing that I've noticed about myself is the more that I've done the healing work and I've met myself deeply, this sense of loneliness and wanting connection has gotten louder and louder. And this need and desire to be chosen by other people, mistaking engagement and attention for connection and love. But the thing that you have to realize about these external things is that they are fleeting. And, sometimes, especially when you are a deep person who has met yourself deeply, you will inevitably scare people who reject their own depth. And because of that, because you hold up a mirror to them that they are not ready, willing, or want to face, and they have no desire or no willingness to grow and to meet themselves deeply, they will reject you. And it's never anything personal. It's just they reject themselves, so inevitably they are going to reject you. But you need to learn that even if your depth is, the fucking ocean, and you're at the fucking very bottom of the ocean, that you are going to swim at the bottom of the ocean to meet yourself in that depth, even if other people don't, and to stay there with yourself and to not leave the depth of which you are at in your life to try to chase other people who are on shore. Your desire to connect with people deeply is a gift and a reflection of your soul and your heart. That need for deep connection and that desire to connect deeply is a reflection of who you are. And when you recognize that that is who you are, you recognize how fucking awesome and how lovable and how lucky it is to even be you, but also to be in the presence and to ever have access to you. And not everybody deserves access to a deep ass bitch like you and me. You don't have to leave yourself where you have met yourself to entertain or chase relationships that probably aren't even going to give you what you really want. And I think trusting or learning to trust that even when the relationships that you chase after that you wanted to go further, that you saw the potential of, doesn't actualize, that relationship or that need for deep connection, the fact that you already have that need planted in your heart is already proof and evidence that that is already yours, not because somebody else is going to meet you deeply, but because that deepness is, you are a deep person. Like, that deepness is just intrinsic with who you are, and that is further proof that that need that you have for depth is already being fulfilled, because that is literally you. But like I said, it's not even about trying to exterminate that need for deep connection. But when you start to honor and respect yourself, and you start to see your depth as sacred, and that you don't have to leave your depth to entertain relationships with people who probably are intimidated by you, who feel that you're intense, whatever the fuck it is, you will realize that not everybody deserves access to your depth, and not everybody can handle that. And you can start to put your energy that you used in chasing relationships within putting that energy into trusting the universe, that the universe knows what type of relationships that you deserve and that you desire, and that you will attract that by you just simply being you, having your heart open and embodying, embracing your depth, your authenticity, and your wholeness. And obviously not being willy-nilly with it, but just you being you, and that natural magnetism of your authenticity will attract exactly who it's meant to, and it will repel people that you're inevitably going to waste time with anyways. People who reject their own depth will not value yours, and you deserve better than to chase a relationship with somebody who's not even going to value you for who you are because they reject the mirror that you hold up to them. And the anxiety and the fear of other people staying, how people perceive you, if people are going to accept you, if people are going to abandon you or reject you, starts to lessen. It doesn't completely dissipate because that takes time, that takes work, that takes constantly attending to the wound or that fear in the first place, sitting with that fear and how it lands in your body. But it will start to dissipate the less you actually abandon yourself in the process or in the anticipation of being abandoned by other people. When you actually stay with yourself, when you learn to approve of yourself, when you build those internal foundations of self-compassion and the emotional and nervous system capacity and resilience to actually sit with your body when you start to feel anxious, if you have anxious attachment especially, or even disorganized attachment. When you learn to come back home to yourself, stay with yourself, even in that, approve of your depth, approve of who you are, approve of how you're showing up, validate it, learn to give yourself permission to be who you are for your pride, and that will literally fucking change your life. Like, I just fucking did that with EFT tapping and I felt better, and I listened to if you know, you know, and I was dancing and it was a great time. I'm having a good time, and it really helps you realize and put in perspective that I'm fucking awesome. I'm the shit. And looking for other people to approve of me and giving other people the power and authority to reaffirm that I'm good, that I'm enough, that I'm worthy of connecting with. Like, I don't need to do that because I already see that and feel that within myself.